Good morning, my dear students. I am Rakesh Kumar, TGT Social Science PG Senior Secondary School, Captainganj, Kushinagar. Today, we are going to study power sharing. This is chapter number 1 of Democratic Politics. In this chapter, we are going to study why should powers shared among the different organs of the government, and we should also know that democracy survives on the intelligence sharing of power among the three important organs of the government. These organs are legislature, executive, and the judiciary. And we know that the success and the failure of the government depend on the success of these three organs. So, we have two examples of two different nations, that is Belgium and the Sri Lanka. At first, we should study what were the problems in both the nations and how both the nations dealt with these two problems. Now, we are going to study about the Belgium at first. Belgium is, you can say, a small country in Europe with a population of about 1 crore. Belgium have only 1 crore population. This is, you can say, less than our state Haryana, and this 1 crore population is living in two separate regions of Belgium. These are Flemish region, this region, and the other Wallonia region. Let us see what is the ethnic composition of Belgium. Belgium is smaller than the area of our state Haryana, I have informed you, and a very complex ethnic composition is living here. See here, 59% of population of Belgium live in the Flemish region here, and they are speaking Dutch language, and 40% of the population living in the Wallonia region, this region, shaded region, and they are speaking French language, and 1% people who are living in Wallonia region, they speak German language. This shaded part, German language speaking people are living. In the capital city, this is the capital city of Brussels. Here, 80% of the people are French speaking and 20% people are Dutch speaking. This is the ethnic composition of the Belgium. Now, let us see what happened after this ethnic composition, which type of problems arose in the country. By taking advantage of numeric majority, the Dutch community always wanted to force its will. Here, will means the actions they want to take, will on the French and the German speaking people. They led to large-scale conflict among two communities during 1950s and 16, and the tension between the two communities were more serious in the city of Brussels, which presented a typical problem. This is Brussels, this city. Here a typical problem arose because the Dutch-speaking population, which constituted a majority in the country, was actually in minority in the capital, and a lot of problem takes place. Means Dutch-speaking people and the German-speaking people were always in conflict with each other, and that was the major problem of the Belgium. Here, one thing should be noted. In Belgium, the people, means the French speaking people who were less in number, were very you can say prosperous and powerful as comparison to the Dutch speaking people. That is why a problem arose during 1950s and 60s, and the okay dear students, now we have seen the ethnic composition of Belgium and the problem between the people who were Dutch speaking, German speaking and the French speaking people. Now let us turn to the another nation, that is our neighboring nation, you can say island country located a few kilometers away from a southern coast of Tamil Nadu and having a population of around 2 crore. Almost you can say the population is same as Haryana. So now let us see what are the situations in the Sri Lanka region. So in the Sri Lanka, you can say like the other South Asian countries, means our country is also South Asian country, it has a diverse population, a lot of ethnic composition are living in these nations. So let us see what are the ethnic composition of the Sri Lanka. There are measures, you can say majority of the major social groups of Sri Lanka are the Sinhalese, they are 74%, and the Tamils, you can say Tamils are in the nation, you can say 18% Tamil, and out of this Indian Tamils are 13%, Indian Tamils are 13% and Sri Lankan Tamils are 15%. Sri Lankan are 5%. The Christian also living in the nation and they are only 5%, and other population which are living in the Sri Lankan are the Sri Lankan Tamils are living in the both region, northern and eastern region. Sinhalese, the people who are Sinhalese, they are the followers of both Buddhist and some Sinhalese also follows the Hindu religion, and some have also converted into the Islam, you can say. So there are 7% of the Christian population living in the Sri Lanka, and they belong from the both Tamil and the Sinhalese. Sinhala community constituted a bigger majority and thus wanted to impose its will on the entire country. Student, this is the major problem in the Sri Lanka. We have studied that Sinhala community, Sinhalese, are of 74%, and this is the major problem. They only want to rule over the nation and they want to impose their custom, impose their religion and all things to the people who are living in the nation, and that was the problem of the Sri Lanka. Sinhalese try to overrule the people, try to impose all customs, try to impose their language, try to impose their religion to the people, and this created a major problem in the nation. Now students, we have to see how both the nation resolve their problems, how Belgium and Sri Lanka deal with this problem and how they solve their problem. So we have to study accommodation in the Belgium. So you know well, Belgium is a nation of European continent, and how they solve their problem we are going to study. This is very interesting. It has been prescribed by the constitution that the number of French and Dutch speaking ministers shall be equal in central government. Means the first step they has taken, they have amended their constitution and they say that Dutch and the Dutch and the French speaking people will be same in the country. Second, some special law would require to support the majority of the members from each linguistic group. In other words, no single community could take decision on his or her own side. Many powers of the central government have been given to the state governments of the two regions of the country. Now, state governments are not considered to be subordinate of the central government, and the capital city Brussels have a separate government in which both the communities are equally represented. And the fifth measure whatever they adopted was the French speaking people had accepted the equal representation in Brussels because of the Dutch speaking people had acquired the central representation in the central government. And one more and very important thing, the Belgium adopted a very very unique thing, that is a cultural government. Apart from central and the state government, one more type of government, third type of government they have shown, that is known as cultural government. Cultural government, or you can say community government. The community government, apart from the central and the state government, the community government is elected by people belonging to one language community, that is Dutch, French and German. This government has a power on cultural, language and educational issue. And this system of Belgium become very successful, and this become the important for the many countries of the Europe as well as of the whole world. Now the Brussels, this is the capital city of German. Here European the headquarters of European Union is also situated, and they have saved their nation from the civil war. Now all the people, all the communities, ethnic communities are living in the Belgium in very happy manner. So they have resolved the problem in very happy. And one more thing, between 1917 to 1993 they have amended their constitution 4 times to fulfill the requirement, whatever requirement, to resolve the ethnic problem in the Belgium. This is very remarkable thing for the Belgian people. Now let us study what Sri Lankans have done to resolve their problem and what they have done. So students, we should know that Sri Lankan followed a very unfavorable things, that was not favorable, not suited for the people who are living in the Sri Lanka. They have followed a policy that is known as majoritarianism. Majoritarianism in 1956, one act was passed in Sri Lanka. According to that act, the Sinhalese as the only official language in Sri Lanka which disgraded Tamils, means that was a very terrible to the people who are living in the continent. They have to speak or have to learn the only language, that is Sinhalese. And one more thing I want to discuss you, the government preferred Sinhalese over Tamils and other languages and industry for the employment. It means only the people who were able to read, write and speak the Sinhalese language will be able to elect as a government servant. The new constitution, that according to Act of 56 gave the state responsibility for protecting and protecting, as well as you can say they give chances to grow only one religion, that is Buddhism. Such government policy led to feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamils, because Sri Lankans were speaking Tamil language and their culture were different from the Sinhalese. That is why situation takes place that were not favorable to the Tamils. Sri Lankan Tamils felt that one of the political party led by Buddhist Sinhala leaders were sensitive to Tamilian language and culture. They were not try to give any type of protection to the Tamil people. Sri Lankan Tamils felt that the constitution denied equal right to Tamils. Of course they feel, because Sri Lankans were the Tamils were not allowed to take part in any government activities and a lot of things. Recognition of Tamil as official language, regional authority, and means a lot of problems takes place, and we should know that a civil war broke out in the Sri Lanka, and this civil war created a lot of problem for the people who are living in the. As a result, in the civil war in the Sri Lanka, millions of people have killed, they have left their houses, and many people lost their job. And we have also studied we will study in the economics books during those days. Whenever this situation arose, Sri Lanka was better economic performance than our India, and during 1980s a lot of problems they faced, and still today we can say the problem of Sinhala and Tamils are going on, and due to these you can say terrorist organization came into existence, that is LTTE, Liberation of Tamil Tigers Elam. This organization led by a terrorist, that is Prabhakaran, and LTTE created a lot of problem for the Sri Lankan as well as Indian people. Our former Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi has also killed by this organization, and today I am going to finish this part 1, and next day we will study what are the importance of power sharing, what is power sharing, and why power sharing is essential, and what is the condition of power sharing in India. Thank you. Have a great day.